Hello everyone, and welcome to another off-road update. With 8 rounds complete in the 2025 Grand National Cross Country Series, Travis Lentz had control of the Youth National Championship as well as the YXC1 class, winning 7 out of the first 8 rounds. As the riders headed to West Virginia for round 9 of the series before the traditional summer break, the question remained if anyone could challenge the rider from Illinois. As the checkered flag fell in the 9th round of the series, the answer remained the same as it had all season long. When the green flag waved for row number 1, it was the YXC1 class kicking off the action, with Travis Lentz getting to the first turn first ahead of Grant Meacham, Camden Krause, and Nash Pearson, while Lucas Skelton got a little too hard on the throttle. Row 2 was next, consisting of Cooper Duff, Cale Kirkman, Lucas Grounds, and Peyton Blue. Row 4 started YXC2 with points leader Ace Tokar, Hunter Hockenberry, Bentley Saxton, and Deegan Kaplinger. As the riders were completing the first lap of action, Lentz was out front while Tokar, all the way from row 4, was camped on his rear wheel, holding the lead on adjusted time. Checking in for third on track was Camden Krause, while Cooper Duff, in his first race back from injury, ran fourth. Skelton, after being on the ground in turn 1, rounded out the top 5 ahead of Grant Meacham. Nash Pearson checked in 7th on track, while Hunter Hockenberry from YXC2 came through in 8th. Rounding out the top 10 in the order came Cale Kirkman and Logan Grounds. When the riders checked in for lap 2 and starting lap 3, Lentz still led physically ahead of Tokar, but the Husqvarna rider still carried roughly 30 seconds advantage after starting on the 4th row. Krause still ran third, hard on the throttle on his KTM, while Duff still held his position over Skelton, rounding out the top 5. Hockenberry ran 6th ahead of Pearson, while Hunter Carey aboard his Yamaha, all the way from the 85 Big Wheel 14 to 15 class, came through in the 8th spot on track. Gavin Harwell and Philip Arnold from YXC2 rounded out the top 10 in the physical order. Ending the 3rd lap, it was still Lentz out front aboard his gas, now with a large gap behind him. Krause, in his traditional wide-open style, came through in the runner-up position. Tokar, who was hounding Lentz in the early going, finally came through in 3rd ahead of Hockenberry, 4th on track, 2nd in YXC2 behind Tokar. Rounding out the top 5 all the way from the 85 Big Wheel 11 to 13 class was Caleb Johnson, with Carey following him in 6th ahead of Skelton. Pearson had made the pass on Duff, the 2 riders running 8th and 9th on track, while Gavin Harwell rounded out the top 10, running 3rd in YXC2. At the end of lap 5, Lentz was already through in the point position, as Krause arrived all alone, running 2nd. Hockenberry had made the pass on a struggling Tokar, running 3rd on track, but now leading the YXC2 class. Tokar checked in for 4th, while Johnson was on the throttle, rounding out the top 5 in the order. Skelton led the back end of the top 10, running 4th in YXC1, while Pearson was running a steady race in 7th, rounding out the YXC1 top 5. Cooper Duff, in his return after a broken ankle suffered at the Old Gray, ran 8th, while Gavin Harwell was on the charge, looking to make up for a couple rough races due to mechanical issues, holding on to 9th. Grant Meacham rounded out the top 10 in the order, just ahead of Grounds. When the checkered flag fell, Travis Lentz took his 8th win of the season. Camden Krause would finish in 2nd physically, while Hunter Hockenberry would come through to take his 2nd win of the year in YXC2. On adjusted time, Hockenberry would jump Krause to take 2nd overall for the morning, Krause rounding out the podium. Ace Tokar would come through 4th, taking 2nd in YXC2, immediately discovering he had a separated AC joint from his crash on lap 3. Caleb Johnson would take the win in the 85 Big Wheel 11 to 13 class, claiming 5th overall honors for the morning. Lucas Skelton was 6th, taking 3rd in YXC1 ahead of Nash Pearson, while Philip Arnold would take the final spot on the YXC2 podium, claiming 8th. Cooper Duff and Grant Meacham would round out the top 10 overall. Thank you for watching, everyone. Round 10 of the 2025 GNCC season takes place in 2 months after the summer break, September 6th and 7th in Newburgh, West Virginia for the Buckwheat 100 GNCC. I'll see you guys there.